Good morning, everybody. Hump day. It is hump day. It's Wednesday, and it's time for morning manna. We're going to give Facebook Live a few seconds to get the audience together, and then we're going to jump right into the word. Remember, this week we're talking about leadership autopsy. We're talking about a leadership autopsy. We're looking at leadership and through the lens, the political lens, if you will, looking at the president in particular, because as I said, if we're talking about leadership, you always want to look at what is the main leader in front of you. So the main leader in front of you, we can learn some lessons from watching him as to how we can lead ourselves, And this leads us up to me launching my iLeadAcademy.net. You go there and you can really learn a whole lot of things about how to be a better leader. You know what I always say, you don't have a problem that leadership can't solve, that you can be a leader in any room you go into. So that's what we're doing this week. We're talking about that on Autopsy, and today is truth or consequences. Now, I'm going to give you the text, the talk, and the takeaway. What are you going to do? You already know. You're going to do the sharing. You're going to give the hearts and the likes. You're going to give the comments. You're going to be the one that gets the revelation and shares it with somebody else. The text, the talk, and the takeaway, and then we're going to get right into the word this morning. John 8:32. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John talking, and he is saying, ye shall know the truth. Jesus is sharing with them, look, you shall know the truth. How many times have you heard that before? Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up in a home that you was always saying, boy, tell the truth now. Tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you won't be in as much trouble. Now, that wasn't always the truth because, if you did say it, you still got something coming your way. But tell the truth. There are truth or consequences. When I was growing up, there was a show that was called Truth or Consequence. They would put you in some kind of a situation in which if you told the truth, there was going to be consequences. If you didn't, there were going to be less consequences. And that show was called Truth or Consequences. Well, life is that way. And leading is that way. You have to tell the truth or there are going to be consequences. And there's three things I want you to know as a leader with respect to truth and the consequence. The first thing is truth is not a color. Truth is not a color. We're growing up in a day now based on what we see on the national scene that truth has turned into a color. Depending on what political party you are a part is the truth that you believe. We've even gotten to this whole thing about my truth. I've always thought that was, although I understand what someone is trying to say, I don't necessarily grab a hold of that because there is no such thing as my truth or your truth. Because the moment I say my truth, I'm set up for your truth. There is the truth. Definite article, not personal. You can't personalize truth. And I see that right now. We see that in our country right now. We have personalized truth. I have a truth. You have a truth. You know what? You may have your story, but you don't have your own truth. There is one truth. It's not red, depending on what state you live in. It's not blue, depending on what political party you are a part of. That is what has been sold to us in the past 3.75 years. That's what's been sold to us, and that has really broken down the society. When you get to a point where there is no more truth, then anything goes. And whoever is in charge determines what goes. Let me say that again. When you get to a point where there is no more truth in a country or in a culture or in a nation, then anything goes, and what goes is the person that's in charge that dictates what truth is. So I don't have a truth, you don't have a truth. Truth is not red, truth is not blue, truth is not in a red state or a blue state, it's not Republican or Democratic. There is the truth. And as a leader, we have to deal with the truth. That's the first thing. The second thing is, as a leader, you have to understand you are the arbiter of truth. You are the arbiter of truth. You have to be prophetic in speaking truth. two occasions in scripture when we have this. Well, there are many occasions, but there's two I want to raise. Nathan came to David. Nathan came to David. God had already revealed to Nathan what the deal was. You know the story. Came to David, told David a little parable, and snuck in truth on David. Before David knew it, he had convicted himself based on not his truth, not Nathan's truth, but the truth. Nathan told the story about a man that had a little sheep and what would happen if someone took that sheep. David said, that man is wrong. That man, but man, my God, why would a person do that? And then Nathan snuck in truth on him and said, you the man. You are that man. Wasn't David's truth, wasn't Nathan's truth, it was the truth. John the Baptist is another one. Lost his head because he told the truth. It said, look, Herod, you got some messed up living, man. And what happened? He lost his head, but he told the truth. You have to understand, as a leader, and remember, every believer is a leader. Every leader is an arbiter of truth, and you have to be prophetic with that truth. And it will have consequences when you tell it. So therefore, you have to know truth doesn't have a color. You have to be the arbiter of truth. And truth, third thing, truth will cause people to follow you. Think about it. You attend a church, a particular church, because you say that man tells the truth. That woman of God, that truth comes out of that person. And that what determines when someone is going to follow. You don't go to a church and the person, man or woman of God, is standing up telling lies. No, you don't. You really don't. You say, I'm not going there because there's no truth there. Now we say the word, but we understand the word to be what? The truth. And when someone gives you the truth, whether you like it or not, you want to follow that person. This is how Jesus dealt with it. Here is Satan that came at him in 4 different ways in the 4th chapter of Matthew. And what did Jesus return? He responded with the truth. He gave him the truth. He hit him with the truth every time. So we have to understand people will follow you as a result of you telling the truth. What's your takeaway this morning? What's your takeaway this morning? I want you to get this. Be a truth teller and not a tale teller. When I grew up, my mother would always say, boy, don't tell no tale now. Don't tell no tale. So you got to be a truth teller and not a tale teller. Hey, the Lord be with you. May his face shine upon you on this hump day. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Marriage. Share the manna. God bless you. Bye now.